Hello everyone, you're here with Ultraviolent 4, and this is part 8 of Hill Orc Fighter. We're worshipping Beogh, of course, and in the last episode we finished off clearing depths. We're here with our buddy Wargrak. We certainly wage war on all the denizens here. Ha ha ha. It's going to be time to get our third rune now. It's going to be Vaults, and then once we've got that third rune, we might be doing some kind of strange things. I'm not certain yet, but it might not be your typical 15 rune order. We'll see about that. I'm just kind of admiring our player doll here. We found some gold dragon scales, and it goes pretty nicely with that gold shield of ignorance we have and the light colored helmet. You know what that reminds me of? Oh, what were they called? They were the angels in Morrowind. Golden something. I don't know, they were always female. They looked kind of like that. Why don't you tell me? That's what I'm reminded of. God, it was so long ago since I played Morrowind. What a game. That was a great game. Anyway, a small announcement. If you head on over to ultraviolent4.com/characters, we've just released a new guide for an for an octopode wanderer that's been written by Mikey. If you don't know who Mikey is, he's an absolute crawl legend. He started playing crawl before Dungeon Crawl Stone Suit was even a thing. So he played in the original version, Linley's Crawl. So he's ancient. He's a very skilled player. And he's written a guide which you'll find it's pretty good. There's a lot of positioning stuff in it, so even if you don't want to play an Octopode Wanderer, which to be fair is a pretty difficult combination, there's some positioning stuff in there that will help you on any character. So go check that out. Let's play this one. Let's go do Vaults. Alright, so on your Beogh characters, Vaults is basically the third rune you want to do almost every time. And why is that? Well, you've seen in previous episodes how powerful stair dancing is, and especially so when you have followers who are standing at the top of the stairs and are murdering everything that comes back up. So that's one thing. But why is that dangerous on Vaults 5? Why doesn't that work? The reason is because of the Vault Wardens. They will stop you from stair dancing because they'll come on screen, they'll lock the stairs, and then you're stuck in the middle fighting the whole floor at once. But as a Beogh worshipper, you have the ability to smite things. If you've been training invocations, it will kill anything in a small number of turns, and it can hit anywhere on the screen. So any Vault Warden who turns up and locks your stairs, you can just smite them, and then you can continue stair dancing. In fact, you can stair dance the whole of Vaults 5. And if, let's say, something goes horribly wrong, which does happen sometimes but not too often, you can teleport away and then recall some of your orcs to you. So you shouldn't ever get left alone. Don't use immolation though, pro tip. Do not use immolation. You will end up in penance. Alright, so the way that you normally do this is you would recall all your orcs to you to stand on top of the stairs into Vaults 5, and you'd have a massive army there that will insta-kill anything as you pull them up. I don't really want to do that because our goal here is to train so many warlords we crash the server. So we got to keep training, friends. So I've come to the floor above and we're doing our recall trick to find some orc knights or warriors. I don't know if we even have any left. Oh yeah, there's a plain orc. Alright, well we can give him a go. A couple of sorcerers. I wouldn't mind getting rid of the sorcerers so we can give all our experience to our plain orc friend. Okay, good. Alright, and down to Vaults 4. He's got a chainmail. Okay, I was going to say he's very likely to just die, but we can give it a go. But he's wearing a chainmail, so he's going to be quite a bit more survivable than you might expect. So we're going to tell him to guard the stairs here. And this is a super easy rune. You just stair dance stuff up. If you ever see a warden, immediately smite them to death, and then keep stair dancing. I'm not even going to buff up. I'm not really afraid. If anything goes really wrong, we'll recall everyone in. We've got 20 warlords or so at this stage. And I'll just make one more point before we go. So you might wonder why we're not just wearing this Slay +5 ring. And I'm just going for the protection from magic. Because to be fair, we could switch to the protection of magic ring at any point if we see a monster who could potentially paralyze us. The main reason is that as Beogh, I'm not really worried about my damage output. I'm always going to have some orcs or smite if I really need it, so I should have no problem killing things. One of the very few Beogh deaths I've ever had was here on Vaults 5. I got paralyzed on the stairs at full HP and killed from 100 to 0 without being able to do anything. So I really don't want to have less than 3 pips of ammo. Alright, now let's do it. You guard the area. Let's see if we can make you into a warlord as well. We need to be careful that there's no one next to him with an axe, because if there's a vault guard cleaving a plain orc, he's going to die very quickly. Look at that. He immediately goes up to a warrior. And I'll just point out to you that as we reach level 25 there, we got an extra point of strength. And we've now reached 23 strength, which is the amount of strength you need to overcome, he's already an Orc Knight, to overcome the encumbrance rating of a Gold Dragon Scales. You can see here, encumbrance 23. Also crystal plate armor. So we have trained int at every level up that we could choose, and we have naturally made it to 23 strength. So that's why you don't need to worry about strength if you intend to cast spells, if you want to bring something like a Hill Orc or a Minotaur into the extended game. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, I see an Ancient Lich. That's worth maybe smiting him next time we go down. We'll see. When we've got all these Vault Guards still here, they're going to block most of the things that a Lich would be... oh, that's not the right thing. I just want to see who the spectator was. Most of the scary things it could do. Alright, so let's keep going. Yeah, see, there's a Hellion. Oh, that's a Demonologist. Okay, we're good. Our Orc's kind of wandering off, that's okay. Alright, so here's our first Warden. And he is at the same time as an Ancient Lich, a bunch of other scary things. So I really don't want to get locked in. I'm in fact going to start smiting him now. And then once he's dead, see, we're locked in, but the power of Beogh, we're smiting him from all the way over the other side of the screen. And now we can continue stair dancing. With an Ancient Lich, a max damage Crystal Spear is 144 damage. If you eat one of those and you're locked in and you're going to need another 2 to 3 smiting turns, could go very horribly. So I'd rather just smite the Warden right now and then we should be fine. What has he got? He had a large shield, it's just a plain one. Alright, that's fine. We increased our armor and our fighting skills there. Alright, we've got the Ancient Lich with us. I'll take this slowly. He's got Lightning Bolt. But he's also got Paralyzed. So this is kind of the downside of our RLX ring. Our RLX ring also has MR minus on it. So I am less afraid of being lightning bolted to death than I am of being paralyzed. So I'm not going to put the ring on. If we eat his hasted too, I don't care about the might. A Lich's melee attacks don't matter much. It's only 20 damage. We've got a large shield anyway. But if we take another really high damage lightning bolt, I'll start smiting him. And we have Thorok. Nice. Okay, Thorok, and immediately up to Orc Warlord. Yeah, he got super amounts of experience from fighting an Ancient Lich there. I think this might be the second or third Thorok we've had. When we make this many Orc Warlords, the names are going to start cycling. So he needs something. Let's give him... He can have a Trident of Venom. I guess... well, we're probably going to run out of polearms again, but this Halberd Undertaker would be a really nice weapon for one of the Orcs in the extended game to have. That means we need someone new to train. So what I can do is just, I feel like we've already upgraded all our orcs into warlords already. I don't know, let's do a recall, like a full-on recall and have a look. But I don't know how many plain orcs we have left. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, no, we got quite a few still. And there's a warrior. Okay. I'm gonna just run to some stairs, see if I can just end up with a couple of crappy guys. This will work. I got one next to us, so I'm gonna tell them all to retreat away. And then what I can do is keep retreating. The problem is that orcs are coming in from the other side, so they're trying to get in. We'll do this. No, we won't. Yeah, okay, it's not working. Some orcs are trying to escape, but they can't escape because the hallway is clogged with other orcs that are trying to get to us, so that's not going to work. Try this one. Alright. Is this going to work? Alright, we got a whole team of regular orcs. Alright, let's go. Where's the stair? It's down here. Alright. So, I mean, we got there. This was sort of more difficult cat herding. Alright, we got a good team. We got 3 plain orcs and an orc warrior. So this will be good. Let's eat. Tell everyone to wait here, and it's the same thing. The plain ones are likely to just die. Once again. So we'll see how we go. I mean, especially if an Eden just hits any of them. There was also a warden down there, so priority 1 as soon as we come down. No, we didn't get locked in. There's nothing else too dangerous here. We can go back up. If they lock the stairs while you're in the process of going back up, you'll still make it. It's kind of funky. Okay, we're locked in. I'll start smiting him. Alright, good. We go back up. If this guy fireballs us right now, he's going to kill everyone. Okay, fortunately he didn't. And our friends are already being upgraded. So we lost a couple of them, that's okay. We've got 2 Orc Knights and an Orc Warrior. On we go. What's really annoying about these Yaktor captains is they're not going to come to us to get pulled. They're just going to keep standing far back. Alright, so the next time we're going to have a few things to deal with, because first of all, Tentacle Monstrosity can constrict you, which keeps you held on the floor you're on, and then we've got a warden over there. I'm going to pull first though. Am I? Yeah, probably, because the Tengu Reaver is dangerous enough on his own that I'm okay just killing him, and then we'll worry about the rest of them. Alright, so we're going to get locked. That's the first thing. So we need to smite him to death, and then we need to break out of the constriction. Oh, well, we smote him in 2 goes. Let's see. Didn't break it that time. Round 2, didn't break. Round 3, didn't break. Round 4. Alright, we got up. This isn't good. Our Tengu Reaver is killing that guy. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way he lives through that. Couldn't really reposition though. But we have ended up with Lyric. Has he got... He's literally got nothing. He's just a plain Orc Knight. Oh, and we've got another one too. I thought we only had 1 left, but we got 2. So we can give him something. Let's see if there's a polearm around. There's an uncursed glaive of pain on this floor. We'll go grab that. You can have a glaive of pain. And then hopefully Beogh will gift him some armor. Alright. Why? The Lich is just shooting spells at us without actually stepping to us so we could pull him. So I just went back up. That was getting too scary. He's the haunt type, so he's not. Yeah, he's not a crystal spear type, which is good to know. Oh, we got slowed. That's mean. We got slowed by the haunt. Oh, we've got new orcs turning up. Ah, okay. We also happen to have a Vault Warden with a dire flail of distortion, so he needs to die. We're gonna smite him. We got him. He got 2 shot. Alright, so this is mission get our Orc Warrior back. I could just recall him, but let's see if we can rescue him off this floor. Alright, we're just gonna keep stair dancing like this. There's a new Orc Knight has just turned up as well. This is part of why. Oh, look, we got these 2 guys. Oh, this Orc Knight has a Bardish of Distortion. That's extremely dangerous because he could teleport us around the map. But we're still gonna pull back up. We get our warrior, and maybe we might convert the Orc Knight. Convert. Nice, he converted. Sweet. So our army just got bigger. He is kind of an annoying ally to have though, because his Bardish of Distortion, I mean, it might sometimes banish enemies, but it can also blink them around, both just around the area or teleport them around the level, both of which are really annoying. So, as much as I'm happy he has a polearm because it's a Bardish, I want to take that off him as soon as possible. And let's keep going. Oh, and another knight. He converted 2. Oh man, this is great. Okay, so we're expanding our army even more. Okay, everyone wait. What else was down there? We've got a Shadow Dragon coming. I think we have some RN already. We do. We've got 1 pit from the Large Shield of Ignorance. Alright. I guess because you're ignorant, you're less susceptible to negativity, maybe? Not exactly sure how that works, but it is what it is. The point is, we won't get so hurt by him. So I'm not as afraid as I would otherwise be of the Shadow Dragon. On we go. Things are just blasting us as I'm waiting for them to get to the stairs. So you see, I'm quite often, before I go down, I'm often retelling my orcs to stay put. I don't need to do that. It's just kind of a habit that I have. It's just compulsive, just to make sure. But you see, I don't issue it this time. They won't come. They will stay on guard until you actually explicitly tell them otherwise. That warden is locking us in, so he gets smote. Goes down in 3 shots. We are freed, and we can continue our stair dancing ways. I don't know if you saw there, but that Tengu Reaver got blinked and then teleported. So the Tengu Reaver disappeared. He is still somewhere on the floor. I feel like I should go find him because he might turn up at any time. Shift X Control F. That's our distortion friend being annoying. There he is. I don't want him to turn up, even if I'm not worried about us. I don't want him to turn up when one of our orcs is low on HP and then snipe him. Shift X Control U undoes that forget. And we will continue the stair dancing. There's a glowing orange brain who died immediately. Okay, this is basically how stair pulling works when you have your full team of orcs. So say I had 20 orc warlords standing around here and they all had polearms. What you saw happen there is what would happen basically with every monster we stair pulled up. So we came upstairs. Before the glowing brain got to do anything, one of the orc knights hit him with the Bardish of Distortion. Another one hit it with the trident and then it died. So it didn't even get to react. It's very, very powerful. And I think now we got more coming. Once we get rid of all the monsters coming to the middle, then we'll bring our orcs with us and we'll just explore the floor. I want to heal. I don't want to fight the shadow dragon like that. Okay. I want to be careful of my positioning so that our orcs aren't taking shadow dragon shots. I don't know if you could tell, but the amount of damage that we did there and how quickly we killed that shadow dragon, even though we have a plain broadaxe, is pretty nuts. Those guys are really tanky. We cut through him there with the team. Storm dragon. Let's put our Aralek on. Yep, okay, more Elec monsters. I'm gonna start running to the stairs. We're really hurt here. We got a bunch of other monsters turning up, including By Susan, who has a Scythe of Distortion. Wow, I've never seen that before. Does By Susan normally have weapons? I don't know if she does. But she has a Scythe of Distortion, which is nuts. Also, Titans are scary on their own. I explained this last episode. They hit really hard, their lightning bolts hurt, and their airstrike is 50 damage. One of those guys alone is scary, let alone two at once. So I'm just going to go back up and heal. We're going to keep our Aralek ring on though, because as we go down here, we're likely to get shot. Okay, they're not here. The Titans wandered off. So in that case, we're going to smite By Susan. I'm not really afraid of her by this stage of the game. I mean, she can turn up when you're at your second rune territory. She's much scarier then. But I don't want to be banished to the abyss. I also don't want to just be randomly teleported around the floor. And I really want to find the Titans though. I'm going to yell a little bit. See if we can get them to turn up. Oh, right. Ogre mages have potentially paralyzed, and we have our MR minus ring on. That won't work. Let's put protection from magic back on. Whoops. Yep, again there. The Ogre mage disappeared. Didn't even get to do anything. Here are the Titans. Don't want to forget them. I think there's a movie about that. It's called Remember the Titans. I'm pretty sure it's a scenario exactly like this. Someone was doing Vaults 5. They forgot about the Titans on the floor. Oh, see, like I'm doing now. Forgot the Titans, so I took my Aralek ring off and forgot to put it back on. But you need to remember them, because otherwise you'll die. Okay, good. Any MR enemies there? Yes, a Sphinx has paralyzed, so I can't go down with the MR minus ring on. If we get paralyzed next to a Titan, we're in a lot of trouble. Protection from magic. Good. We'll just go kill him. He's going to sit there shooting arrows or bolts at us. He's not going to willingly come and get stair pulled. I love that so much, where we come back upstairs. Hey, where'd the ogre go? What ogre? That ogre, the one who just got one shot by the glaive of pain. Nice. There's one more Titan, and I'm remembering him. Let's yell. There he is. Okay, it's just him, so Aralek ring goes on. Good. Alright. So now that we've got rid of all the Titans, it seems like the monsters more or less have stopped turning up to the middle. So I'm going to tell our friends now to come. And the way that I like to do this is, rather than running through the middle of any of these, I like to explore around the whole map, around the outside first. And I mean, on this character it probably doesn't matter too much. It's more an issue where you haven't already had everything run to the middle to fight. But still, it's good practice. It would be safer, even for this character. So our Aralek ring goes on again. Let's get the Titan to come to us. Let's not stand somewhere where he can then lightning bolt us and the whole team. And again, same thing. We just move as our orcs move. Like water, you must move as your orcs move. I don't know, I'm sure that's a saying or something. Do we pick up? No. Okay. We're just picking up lots and lots of bolts. We're going to have plenty of bolts by the time we switch to it. We've got... how many we're carrying? I already forgot. I looked at it about 5 seconds ago. It 765, and I think we left about 500 in shoals or something like that. So we're going to have plenty when we go crossbowing. Scroll of Torment, interesting. I'm very glad monsters don't use Scrolls of Torment. They literally only use one scroll. It is the Scroll of Summoning. Alright. I was lazy there. I should have put the RLX back on, but I felt pretty confident that surrounded by this team of orcs, the Titan was going to die pretty quickly. I could take Lyric back up, but maybe I'll explore around the outside first, and then I'll go take him back up. He reached Warlord, so he doesn't need any more training. I'm a bit, well, not mad, but it would have been good there if the Moth of Wrath berserked the Fire Giant, because then he wouldn't be casting spells. I'm less afraid of a berserked Fire Giant's attacks than I am of just him casting lots of fireballs and the like. Alright, so we'll take the team up. We're going to retreat Lyric away from us, which should be up. Okay. And once he goes through the door, we can just block it. Alright, good. Alright, let's go. We'll close Lyric out. We'll just literally shut the door on him. And now that we've done around the outside, we'll start doing these inner chambers. Better to take it from the outside than walking in from here. Again, not too big a deal because we've already kind of fought everything in the middle. But the reasoning for that is when you go in the middle here, or you go in from the middle, you're making noise that potentially will alert enemies from the mouths of the other chambers. So you're going to pull more monsters to you. Whereas if you go from the outside, and particularly the safest way is to go in from the corners, you're the furthest away from any other chambers. So you're going to fight the fewest at the one time. Like say we started fighting here. If there are monsters just in this mouth here, they might hear us. Whereas if we went in from the corner, it would be the safest. But I'm being lazy. This character's really strong. We have an artifact scythe. It's an iridescent scythe. I'm going to ID that. The +7 scythe of, I don't know how you say that, but it's R poison and RF++. That is a great weapon, especially in Zort when your orcs are potentially facing orbs of fire. Having lots of RF is obviously good. That was a Ring of Magical Power. We don't care too much about that. Some more spells. It has Vile Clutch, Death Channel, Simulacrum. I mean, the all-in double... what's that thing called? What is that thing called? I'm so bad with names. Double Manual of Necromancy into... And now I've forgotten the spell name. What's the spell called? Let's put Discord into our library. Necromutation, that's the one. And even just using the Necronomicon, that might still be on the cards. We'll see. I kind of want to do it though. Okay, our friends are standing in the ice clouds, but they're warlords and knights, so they're not going to die too quickly. Our first brand weapon scroll of the game. Oh boy, alright. Are we about to get a magic axe? I think we are. Let's insta put that on. It is a broad axe of freezing. Fine, a perfectly acceptable weapon. RLX could be better. You might be thinking, hey Ultra, you're going into the extended game. If only you had gotten Holy Wrath. The thing is, you cannot ever get Holy Wrath out of a brand weapon scroll The only way you can get it, or if the weapon's didn't spawn that way, is through the shining one. So there's a whole bunch of magic mapping scrolls here. There's a bunch of teleportation. I'm just going to mark all those. Let's see what else is on this floor before we start spending all our gold. I mean, we have 3,800 of it, so we're not exactly lacking for it, but all the same. I thought as soon as we get a magical axe, we find a new one, but his axe was just enchanted. And I'm being lazy now. I'm just auto-exploring. We don't need to be afraid of this floor. Hey, there's our rune. Let's grab that while we're at it. Ha, it was a mimic. Jebaited. A new shop. Let's see. I think we want all the haste we can get. We have 11, which is a lot, but I mean, if you ever remember the days of haste ones, you can use lots and lots of haste. It's all good. We're going to want the might, maybe the brilliance for reasons. And cancellation, we literally only have one, so I'm just going to pick that up right now. Agi 2, we'll probably want to get. Curing, we have 16. We're not hurting for those. Oh wow, even more. Heal wounds, you grab immediately. Mutation, all these things will mark. All the haste, the might, even the berserk rage and the ambrosia, they might have their uses. We have 7 ambrosia already, but only 2 berserk rage. I don't know. Looks like we're going to be buying a lot of potions, is the vibe I'm getting here. Bolt of Fire, Dragon Form, Dragon's Claw. We're not going to be using any of those. Let's put the Aralek ring on this time. I'll be good. And what's our cloak? It's just plain. I would love to find a cloak of magic resistance, and then that would allow us to wear our Slay +5 ring. Our third rune, nice. A glowing silver ring. What else are we carrying? We're carrying around all these enchant armor scrolls. We'll see. Let's test these gloves. It's a +2 glove of archery. That's great, especially when we switch to our hand crossbow. This gives us +4 slaying, I believe, on ranged attacks. Is it +4 or 5? Slay +4. So this really ups your damage when you're doing any ranged attack, really. Even throwing ups that too. Well, we don't need to enchant those. It was already max. So let's drop the enchant armor scroll. We can always come back if we ever get something that we want to enchant. Why are we not picking up the ring? Oh, because there was an enemy on the screen. Now I understand. The distortion guy is blinking him everywhere. That is really, really annoying. Dude, let's put this ring on. A ring of fire. No, thank you. And done exploring. So that's our Vaults 5. Let's pick up a bunch of stuff, I guess. Especially all the potions. So the 2 potion shops are in here. Just grab all the good stuff. We don't really need the curing. And the other one was here. Now we can grab brilliance for 70 gold. Good. And I think all the magic mapping scrolls here and the teleport, they'll all come in handy potentially. Do we have 2 scrolls of silence, so I'm not in a hurry to pick up that one either. And I'll just check our shopping list. The other stuff is in Orc. We're not in a hurry for any of that stuff. I also think we don't need to buy a Ring of Wizardry. I think there are 2 others that we've seen. No, just 1. Okay. Alright. So that's our 3rd rune. So what do we do now? If you're doing a 15 rune game, you do all of the potential 3rd runes. If we're having a look at our list of runes here, the 3 that you choose from in a 3 rune game are Vaults, which is silver, the Abyss, and the Slime Pit. So they're the ones you do next as a block, and that gives you your 5 runes. I kind of want to go do Zot now, because I need to prove myself right in an argument. Alright, so When you do when you do 15 runes, you have the choice of doing Zot before you go to extended. So you do your three, or you do your three third runes, which sounds really weird when you say it that way. To rephrase it, you get your 5 runes, and then you can potentially go and do Zot. Even if you just do up to Zot 4, or you clear all of it and you, of course, leave the orb. Don't pick that up yet, because then you'll enter the orb run, which you don't want. But I tend to prefer not to do Zot. The reason for that is because with Orbs of Fire, there's a good chance you're going to pick up some bad mutations there. And because you're going to get really badly mutated in Extended, particularly in Pandemonium, I prefer to try to keep as many mutation potions as I can. Whereas if you think about, you come to Zot after you've already got 15 runes, you're super strong. If the Orbs of Fire mutate you at that point, you're about to win, you don't really care. So not having mutations at that point doesn't matter. But speaking about the argument, so this is from Reddit. It was in the thread about how wall destruction got removed from Lee's rapid deconstruction. And how this came about, I was saying that on my 3 rune characters, I would now learn Shatter to break into through walls. So if you watch many of my playthroughs, the last one for instance, I often use a Staff of Earth and lead LRD to break into Zot. And I usually do that with no Earth magic training at all. So the argument we were having is whether 3 rune characters would be able to use Shatter now to do the same thing. And I was saying, I don't know for sure, but I think probably they can. Maybe they might need a little bit of training, but they certainly won't need a lot. The person I was arguing with was saying you'd need something like 18 Earth Magic training to cast it at 10%. It's like, why do you need to cast it at 10%? If it's 99% to fail, you can just try 100 times until you get it. But anyway, so I kind of want to take this 3 rune character to Zot. We have found Shatter. It is in our list. So we could go see if we could cast Shatter and break into Zot, which I'm very tempted to do just so I can say told you so. And I can also show you how orcs go in Zot, I guess. If you were at the 3 rune stage. I think I want to do that. Let's go see. So this isn't your standard ordering. After this you would go do the Abyss or Slime Pits. We will be doing those after we do Zot here. But yeah, don't do it this way. If you want to do Zot before extended, get 5 runes, then do Zot. Don't do what I'm doing here. I guess we'll memorize Shatter. It takes up 9 spell levels. It's an enormous amount. It's on A. I'm going to change it from A to something that I don't use accidentally. Let's do something like capital U. So I'll never accidentally cast that. I mean, the game will prompt me anyway. Like, if I try to cast it, the game's saying, it's impossible to cast this spell. Are you sure you're that stupid? I'm not, so I'm not going to hit yes. But sometimes you might have reasons. Not Shatter, but for instance, if you were trying to get to the Abyss and you didn't have an Abyss entrance, I'm thinking of the tournament banner where you get 6 runes before entering Depths. One way to get into the Abyss is to get what are those things called? A miscast from a translocation spell. So you might want to cast a translocation spell with a 100% chance to fail. But Earth Magic is not very useful. Oh no, I should have been paying attention. Alright. To keep our useful orcs with us, the knights and stuff, to take into Zot. I want to go up. Oh well, it's okay. I'm just going to travel there. We can use the recall trick to... not Zot. Not Zot 5 anyway. We can use the recall trick to get some more knights to train. Alright, we're here. Let's go upper floor so we can recall the orcs in. And then we're going to hit 1 until we start getting knights. Perfect. We got our Distortion Knight friend, so he's potentially going to be kind of annoying in Zot. And this is it's something that people will say a lot about Beogh. I said at the beginning of this series that the common wisdom is that Beogh falls off after the mid game. Well, I hope that I've showed you that that's not true, because he just gave us a very easy third rune. But part of that is that people say, well, as soon as you get to Zot, Orbs of Fire just kill all your just kill all your warlords, and they just die to everything, all the AoE and Zot. Again, not true. When you see Orbs of Fire, you just smite them. If you've been training invocations, you can kill them very quickly, just as easy as anything else. Smite, of course, ignores AC, and it cannot miss. So it doesn't matter that Orbs of Fire have lots of AC, they're really evasive. They have all sorts of resistances. Smite kills them just as effectively as anything else. And when you're killing Orbs of Fire in, it depends how much damage you do, but say 3 to 5 turns, there's not much time for them to actually blow up your orcs. So let's go see. Again, if you were doing Zot 3, if you were doing Zot in a 3-room game and you were here to go win, you can run around with your whole army. At this point, you wouldn't be worried about just running with a couple of dudes to train them. You could bring everyone if you wanted, and you could just O-tab, and if you have 20 orc warlords like this, you will kill everything while AFK, I promise you. But yeah, we're going to do it now. And we are going to extend it, and we are trying to make as many warlords as possible. So I'm just going to do it with a couple of guys. Another option is, even if you're going to win, you might prefer to run around with somewhere like 4 to 6, just because they're easier to manage. And then if anything goes wrong, then you recall everyone in. Alright, so I'm going to... the force more on our distortion guy is really annoying. I am going to retreat these guys back from gold dragons though, because I don't want them to get really badly poisoned. Okay, good. And normally you'd be magic mapping in here. We have 15. Let me see. There are 4. Are there more magic mapping around? Let's test. No, we got 15. That's a lot. There are 4 unique pan floors we want. 4 unique hell floors, which takes us to 8. A couple other floors like holy pan, 9. That leaves us 6 more still. So maybe we will just magic map Zot. Yeah, I think we can just magic map Zot. Oh, what is this? Oh, I think this might be it's either a pan or an abyss vault. That's a kind of funky one you don't see every day. Other than that, I don't think there's anything too special on this floor. The damn Forcemore on his distortion weapon is going to drive me crazy. I need that guy just to level up so that I can take his distortion weapon off him. The reason I retreated them back is because I don't know what's down here. There could be 700 Draconians there. So I want to back up first so that we can fight these guys on their own. We just picked up another brand weapon scroll. Okay, interesting. I don't mind a broad axe of freezing. What I think I might do, and I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to leave it outside Zot. But I think once we get another broad axe that's enchanted, and I know there's one that a Vault Warden had, maybe we could brand weapon that one, because this +9 broad axe is our only good broad axe, and if we roll something like protection on it, or even venom, which is totally useless in extended because everything resists poison, I'll be really sad. But if we got something like Elec, I'd be very happy. So we'll try it on a different axe. Alright, Electric Golem. Let's put our Elec on. He is very dangerous to our orcs because of how much damage he puts out with his lightning bolts. I'm just going to smite him and just get him killed. Yeah, that's okay. We could finish him off at the end there. He was nearly dead and he hadn't zapped us even once. The other thing that we're going to be on the lookout for here is when we're killing Draconians, we're going to get magical cloaks. If we could find a cloak of magic resistance, I'd be very happy. because then we could go to this RN plus Slay plus 5 ring and have 3 pips of MR. Not have to worry about paralysis. Okay, he became a warlord. He's still not named though. Good. Same thing as before, and again I'm getting destroyed by this force maw. Retreat everyone back first, so we don't fight all the draconians who might be in there at once. I'm just gonna have to be really careful to avoid that guy who's got the distortion, because it's driving me crazy. Okay, let's go again. Everyone retreat out of the poison cloud. Alright, good. And they both just got named at the same time, that's great. So we've got Ognian, the Orc Warlord, and we've got Broderick, the Orc Knight. Broderick. It's reminds me of Blackadder. I'm sure I've got a cunning plan. I'll hit the enemy with my distortion Bardiche and surely banish them. No, you won't, Broderick. You'll blink them right on top of, I don't know, the rest of our followers or something. Anyway, let's get rid of his distortion. Let's give him something else. He can have the scythe, which is probably best for him because we still want to train him and he's here with us in Zot. So with him having 2 pips of RF, he's going to be even less likely to die to Orbs of Fire. And Ognian, I don't really want to give him the Undertaker again. Another option I could have, but I don't really want to take it, is we could use that brand weapon scroll to brand this distortion Bardiche and then get rid of the distortion and give it to him. But I don't, yeah, again, I don't really want to. Let's go back to the exit. I want to get another polearm for Ognian. Let's see, is there anything interesting? A Scythe of Venom is not a horrible weapon, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't mind him having a Scythe of Venom. A Scythe is a pretty horrible weapon for you because of how slow it is, but when you have a group of orcs, doesn't matter so much if they're attacking slowly. Hey, we picked up a new one to train. Nice. Well, I don't know where Ognian went, but while these guys are here, let's just take them in. Our plain orc is very likely to die very quickly here in Zot. That much is true. Plain orcs will die to the AoE here. It's just your warlords won't. Oh, well, Broderick just became a warlord. Alright, well, let's see if we can train our plain orc. Here's Ognian. We'll give him the Scythe of Venom. And let's see if we can get these other plain orc on his own. So we're going to retreat these guys through the door. Come back, Ognian. Why won't Broderick go through? Oh, Broderick didn't even hear me. He's too busy trying to follow me. Okay, fair enough. Let's go get him again. Alright, now let's see. Can we... this is a good Beogh test. Can we train a plain orc to an orc warlord in Zot? Where everyone tells me, and everyone will tell you, that orcs just die. Okay, I shouldn't say it that with that much snark, because in all likelihood he will just die. But we'll see. Maybe it's possible. He's an orc warrior, just like that. He will level very quickly here, because the amount of experience that he's getting here as a low level orc is pretty crazy. Alright, okay, he needs to retreat though. He's going to die very quickly to all these draconian breaths at once. And I want to put on our Aralek ring here. We've got multiple black ones who have the lightning bolt breath, and none of these guys have MR, so I'm not worried about being paralyzed or anything by them. Oh yeah, our Broadaxe is freezing, so it actually slows draconians. That's really powerful too. Alright, come back. Here's an Orc Knight. Notice that even though he was off screen, he was close enough that he was still getting experience from that fight. Have we got any magical cloaks? Not even one. Where's my MR cloak? Indications to 24. We'll be there soon. I gotta make sure that he's not getting hit by the dispelling energy bolts, because they will really hurt him. They'll kill him really quickly. Is there anything in here? No. And I guess we got this kind of weird vault here. Oh no, okay, so it's not. It's got mutagenic fog. Okay, that's alright. I'm going to tell him to wait outside because I don't want him to walk in that. He's dumb enough that he probably will. Oh, it's a shop mimic. Wow, we got totally trolled. This is a vault. It's an entire vault designed around a shop, and it was mimicked. That's not fair. I'm tempted to find out what this scimitar is. Interesting. Arlec MR+++, int +8. Not one that I would want to give to an orc though. I'm kind of looking for extended game weapons like Holy Wrath and that sort of thing. Not that one though. Okay. It's 50 minutes now. I think maybe we'll stop this one here. So, as what's going alright so far, our plain orc has made it up to an orc knight. He's doing pretty well. Is he gonna make it? Maybe. It'd be pretty great. But if you want to see whether we actually make it or not, and if you want to see whether I win my shadow bet, you'll have to come back next time. See you then.